And so, a question for me, I'm just curious, what inspired you? I mean, this is such a diverse group of readings. I would love to know, what prompted you to choose these characters or this subject matter?
I decided to use a main character that has schizophrenia because I felt that the depiction of people that have schizophrenia and any other mental illness are not depicted as heroines within books. And I did a lot of research in order to depict the character as accurately and as most human as possible without relying on what we see in terms of other medias that do negative depictions.
And that is absolutely so important.
My idea came from my daddy was a horn dog, and I have relatives that I don't know about, and it turned out that a friend of mine, her husband's was named after his father that he never knew, and my father knew his mother, so we did a DNA test together, and then the story just came to me. And by the way, he turned out not to be my brother, so, but that's how I came up with mine.
That should be the title of your memoir.
Oh, I guess I could say where my idea came from. So, like my bio says, I'm always knocking down the honeydew list. And last year with the COVID thing, I had to remodel a bathroom. And I'm always doing this type of handiwork. And Sam West came in my head. I should write something about this handy girl who's very tough, but kind of soft inside, like a little cuddly bear. And then and then her original love interest was not Puerto Rican, but since I'm Puerto Rican and there aren't that many Puerto Rican characters out there or Latino characters, I figured let's switch things around. Let's give her a nice pair of hips and let's have her dance some salsa merengue and spice things up for this poor handy girl who is, just working.
Well, you certainly succeeded. Reading is any indicator. How about you, Rita?
I've discovered something about myself as a writer. I happen to be like a very optimistic, hopeful type person, but for some reason I write all this heavy, dark stuff. But I really like my characters to go through hell before they get their happily ever after, because I think it's more meaningful. So I tend to, even when I'm trying to write something light and fluffy, the next thing I know, something horrible happens to them. So I guess I just want to take my characters from being at the depths of the bottom to really earning their happily ever after. So that's I don't know where they come from. They just keep going dark and then I have to pull them back out. So
well, I completely applaud that. How about you, Finn?
I was in a workshop and we were having to write about trauma, and I wrote an initial flash fiction, if you can believe it, about Arthur. And it was very much related to my own kind of struggles with fat phobia and internalized transphobia. And I submitted it to a contest and it was shortlisted, but rejected ultimately. But one of the workshop presenters had reached out to me and said that it deserved more work and it deserved a bigger story than just the initial 300 words. And so I currently have 8 Arthur stories now. And yeah, it's become this whole elaborate life story of him now.